Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Thursday, May 2nd, 2024. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Thursday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. What you'll notice here is a big-time turnaround in yesterday's trading here. Big-time rally off the newly minted here FOMC key levels. The Fed coming out yesterday with a statement and rate decision, keeping rates unchanged. A big rally ensued over the course of the hour, and then a massive turnaround and failure happened in the last hour of the day, taking back all of those gains, leaving behind a massive tail of about 89 points of range and nearly 125% of ADR. A massive move, massive turnaround. And does that lead to more weakness ahead? Is this the lower high to the original sell-off to begin the month, or to begin the quarter rather, that could lead to another round of weakness up ahead and new lows down below? Right now, a little bit of an overnight pullback here, back toward the previous session's midpoint. We did mention yesterday in the pre-market video that this lower value relationship and this pivot range right here, that if price pushes into the pivot range, bears will be looking to defend for new lows below 49.63.5 and perhaps push lower into the unfilled FOMC down here at the 49.13.5 level up ahead. The first push into the pivot range was rejected again on that massive turnaround here late yesterday afternoon. We're now right at the midpoint of the previous session, which is a spot where bears will be looking to defend yet again today for a shot at an inverted checkmark trend day down. So pushing up right now. Any morning weakness could be met with, or any morning strength could be met with weakness that leads to new lows up ahead heading into the afternoon. Right now we did get economic data coming out, 208K on the initial jobless claims number. The previous was about 207 and now upward revised to 208K. 212 was the expectation here. 208 is the number, and we do have other numbers coming out as well. Tomorrow morning, prior to the RTH Open, widely anticipated non-farm payrolls number as well. So right now, keep an eye on the previous session's midpoint here. That level going to be very important for prices here later on in the session. 50.82 and a quarter. If price can push through that level, you start to work higher. But again, a failure to really work through that level starts to work against the bulls here and starts to push prices back down. So right now, keep an eye on that level here. Lower high still in development, and we could be looking at a swing continuation to the downside up ahead based off of the last several days. If we take a look here at the NQ, similar price action in the previous session, big time turnaround here, a huge high range day, not quite 125% of ADR, but a 400 point day, and a major turnaround after the initial rally, rejecting off of the year-to-date VWAP. Again, another instance here where the lower value relationship in the pivot range, the push into the pivot range, was defended. That would be the expectation given that relationship. And then right now pausing at the 17.6 previous session's midpoint. Big time level right there. And if bears continue to keep that area offered here, we could be looking at an inverted checkmark day down. Usually you tend to see a higher range day on Thursday than you do on Fed Wednesday. 5 of the last 7 have been higher range Thursdays than the Wednesday Fed day. And so again, if we are going to see a higher range day, we're still looking at 400 plus points of range today in that scenario. Alright, taking a look here at crude oil. Crude had a highly bearish day in the previous session. A big time meltdown of over 3%. It really didn't react or respond to the FOMC. It sat there for 4 hours. The FOMC came and went, and it kind of just sat there into the close. But the meltdown has commenced here already. Big 4-day drop, especially after the failed high above the 84s. And this down move has continued to play out here extending into May. Now the failure at 80 is also big, pushing us back into the 70s right now, and any pullback toward 80 could be sold here for continued weakness up ahead. Crude oil continues to be very, very weak at the moment, and just hasn't been able to find its bearings for an upside push or an upside continuation, and the path of least resistance right now remains down. Perhaps we've broken the uptrending channel, and again, 80 bucks going to be the key level to watch here today. Gold futures. Here's a look at gold. For the most part, gold saw a rally after the previous FOMC day here, rally to the upside. It did pull back to the number here, but didn't really melt down as much as the equity futures, but is currently below that FOMC level. This one also has a rounded top behavior here, and has kind of like crude oil, really hasn't been able to find its way higher lately. This one right now teetering on the brink here at 2300. That's going to be the key level to watch. 2300, a failure through there, and you start to open up at least another 50-point drop into 2250 and maybe even lower. So right now this market really struggling as well. 2350 here, that's going to be the key level for an upside break and continuation. Can bulls get priced through 2350? Right now, still working on its way down. Lastly, the YM. The YM with a big time reversal in the previous session. It did also fall back below the FOMC key level. By the end of the day, it popped back above it just a hair there, but it rallied in that 1 o'clock hour, sold off in the 2 o'clock hour, and then had a little bit of a bump into 3 o'clock here. At the moment, prices below, above the previous session's midpoint. Not quite the reversal and rejection like the ES and the NQ, but still a very clear downtrend, very clear lower highs developing here, and this market's still at risk for more downside ahead. Again, very strong high yesterday, and off of that strong high, bears will be looking to defend here, but the midpoint is very important. To push through the mid would suggest that we could be looking at a deeper pullback into the previous session's tail. Alright, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out here heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.